Hey there guys, welcome back to Calico Cow Acres. We are back to homesteading today. Thank you for being patient with our last couple of videos of just being excited for upcoming baby things. I've been sitting on those videos and like excited to share them with you for a couple of months now, so I just had to get them out there. But now we're back to your regularly scheduled content, homesteading things, garden things. Today I am down in the cottage garden. I spent a whole bunch of time the past week working on weeding this, and yesterday I weeded a little section of the chaos over there. I'll show you a little time lapse of that because the progress of weeding is very satisfying to me. I planted some calendula and basil patches in here, some cinnamon and lemon basil last night, didn't film that. But today I have all sorts of dahlia tubers that I have sprouted in trays, and all of my flowers really need to get into the ground. That's like the main thing I have left started that needs to get in the ground besides tomatoes and some corn. Taylor's gonna till the other corn patch up for me this week, and it's Mother's Day, so I wanted to do something fun, and it's hot today. I don't know how far I'm gonna get with planting these, but I felt like since I have a spot weeded, I might as well get some things in the ground. This whole area was like partially wooded a year or two ago, and last year we really did some work here, and you can see that it's still trying to be wooded. It's all growing back, and even with multiple layers of cardboard and mulch and soil and everything, it still just wants to be forest. But a lot of the things that I planted in here are coming back. They're just all mixed into the weeds. We've got lots of mints in here. I've got irises, bee balm. There's peonies mixed in over there. All sorts of poison ivy crawling up through here. My lilac bushes are in here. We've got our big hops plant from our neighbors. We've got a new climbing rose this year, more mint in here. Lots of good things, and I want to get it back to status quo, get it fresh and remulched and ready to go. I didn't get all the way up the hill because that's going to require an actual shovel to dig those grass clumps out. There's honeysuckle and whatnot mixed up there that's kind of hard to pull out, so I need to get the shovel out here. Taylor's going to take this privet out for me. He's going to actually dig down into the ground and cut it out. A nice little dahlia patch right there. I still have quite a few tubers that need to get planted. I just planted all the ones that were well sprouted. I have a bunch that aren't fully sprouted yet, or just starting and they have roots on them. So I have to figure out if I'm gonna plant those over here once I weed more, or if I want to get them in the ground somewhere else. I don't think I have it in me today to do that. So I think I'm gonna just put these ones back in trays, let them keep doing their thing for maybe another week or so until I can get extra areas weeded for them. We'll just see how long that takes, hopefully not too long. and then we'll get them in the ground. This is definitely still a work in progress over here, but I'm feeling a lot better about it after actually putting in some work on weeding and getting a few things planted this week.
Okay, so I am back working on the water cart. It is a super slow way to water stuff. The water pressure from the gravity was not good enough. I did see a couple comments say that like it needs a vent hole, or the upper plug needed to be removed, and I had tried that while I was using it the first time, and it didn't make a whole lot of difference. So I decided to put a little pump on it. Part of the reasoning behind this project was it would save me time and effort, but I don't save much time if it takes, half an hour to water one fruit tree. So I decided to go with a pump. It will flow much faster and actually allow me to water the orchard pretty quickly. So I got a little battery and a pump and a little solar charger that I'm gonna rig up on this thing. It might be a little pieced together because I probably don't have all of what I need right now, but I'm just gonna start putting it together and I'll figure out what I need as I go. I got this little battery box. I'm gonna start by putting this right here. Battery, pump will probably go over here, and then I'll wire it up and figure out the plumbing. I ran to Lowe's and got a few plumbing parts that I'm gonna need to finish plumbing the pump. And yeah, hopefully I have everything I need to kind of hook it up. So I'm gonna just start putting it together. Okay, so you can see I've got my plumbing set up all the way to the front valve here. So as long as that doesn't leak, the plumbing to the pump and then the hose going out should be good. I will probably just relocate my hose hanger to the side or something. There just wasn't quite enough room here for this all to fit. The next thing I have to do is wire up the switch and the power to the pump from the battery. So I don't have the right connector for this, but I think I can get the switch figured out right now. So I got a little connector, and I can just cut this one off and put the new one on because this pump came with the connector on it, but I don't have the other side to this connector. So I got a new one that has both sides. maybe third time is the charm here. I ran out of time last night working on the water wagon and the camera battery died. So I don't know exactly where I left off, but all I have left to do is to put the little solar charger panel on it. And then I will show you guys around all the little details and we'll go try it out. Now I think it's done. I'll just kind of like show you all the little details and we'll go test it out. Now on the front, we still have our little shut-off valve for the barrel and our fill hole, which does have a little vent poked in it. I'll probably drill that out a little bit real quick just to get better flow through here. We have the pipe that runs down the side to our water pump back here. This is a like camper RV water pump, so it'll do like 5 gallons a minute, which is perfect. I can just count a minute when I'm watering fruit trees, and then they have enough water to get them through like a week probably if we don't get rain. It's got like an auto pressure thing in it, so it should work pretty well for this. Hose connection. Got our hose mounted back over here. We have a little battery box. This is just like a little lawnmower battery and a box for it to keep it out of the weather. The on-off switch for the pump, which I'll show you real quick. You probably heard the pump just turn on. We'll go test it out more in a minute. It's not good to run these dry for very long, so it works. That's what's important. And then we put our little solar panel right here to keep the battery charged. This whole cart's just going to sit out next to the shed probably, so that'll allow the battery to stay charged, so it's ready to go whenever we need to use it. Let's go see if it leaks. All right, it's not all the way full, but it should be plenty of water for us to test. So I'm gonna open the valve and we'll see if it leaks. So this pump, it keeps tripping. This pump has an automatic pressure shut off, so as soon as I close the valve on the end of the hose, it'll build the pressure and just turn the pump off, so I don't always have to like run the switch. That is adjustable, which I might play with in the future. I just had this extra little garden spout. I might put like a normal ball valve on here so it'll flow more quickly when I water trees, but there doesn't appear to be any leaks, and I think it works. It makes great water pressure, well, when it's on. I've actually been getting some rain here the last week, and we're supposed to get another storm tomorrow, so I don't need to water anything right now, but this works, and that's really cool. So next time we don't get rain for a week or two, I can water all the orchard trees with this much quicker, and the trees will stay happy, and I don't have to carry buckets everywhere.
I am extremely proud of our brassicas this year. They're growing bigger than I've ever grown them before, and they're looking fantastic. And I need to pick some kale for dinner. I have multiple different kinds, and a lot of these more frilly ones I actually grow for the birds because we don't enjoy them as much, but I have the space, I might as well grow some, and I enjoy giving them to the birds. We really like these curly blue kale and the dinosaur kale for freezing for soups like zuppa toscana. I think I mentioned that in a recent video. But tonight I'm making a different dinner than that, which I usually use spinach for, but it has been so hot lately. Our spinach in the greenhouse bolted, and I think we'll probably have to wait until it cools down in the fall to plant more. So instead of just buying spinach at the store, I was like, well, let's try kale in this. I'm gonna chop it up without the ribs because these do have a lot of the like ribby spine things, and they're quite solid. I'm gonna chop it up into little pieces, and it should hold up really nicely in this. The dinner I'm making is like a homemade gnocchi with a Chardonnay red sauce, and it's like one of my favorite dinners to make. We don't boil the gnocchi, we just pan fry it, so it's like fluffy on the inside and nice and golden brown and crispy on the outside. I have the recipe for it on our website, but it's one of the best dinners. So we're gonna try kale in it tonight. I'm gonna actually take a handful and mix it in the sauce, and then we might put some on top, kind of fresh too. We don't need this much, but we can give a few pieces to the birds, just because I enjoy feeding them treats. Taylor's playing guitar. In case you were wondering what my background usually sounds like. It was very loud. No, I'm just gonna make all of these, and it's probably more than we need.